come. You.
Sir.
You.
Sir.
What did you do?
Sir, I didn't do anything to Madam. Mama, I did not do anything to Madam. I would never. I would never.
Madam, you said they catch thief. Did I tell you now when I asked you what did you do? You say you did not do anything to Madam. So how do you know if Madam I'm talking about? Or about?
She didn't do it. So what's the doctor?
Now, Mama, let me tell you something. I'm coming from the hospital now. When I'm coming from there now, the doctor said, what is wrong with Annabelle? It's not food poisoning, but there was a substance over there that given the food. Poison in there.
Poison!
Poison.
So it's poison.
It's poison.
Poison!
That's sad.
You don't understand. Okay.
Oh, Amara Chuku.
I will get to the bottom of this thing, no matter what happens.
You poisoned Annabelle.
You think that poisoned my wife? Or is my mother here?
Hey, also, don't worry. I will call that people. Anybody will poison my daughter-in-law. Hey. You go wrong, man.
Mama, please, I'll confess, sir. I'm sorry. It's just...
You put poison on Annabelle. Hey!
You brought me to this house, and being here, I've been very comfortable. I started seeing this place as my home, and you told me that Madam does not know how to cook and clean, so I took it as my advantage, and I've been doing well. Mama, you can attest to that now. I've been working hard,
Hello,
But then recently she just started doing it, learning the work, doing this thing. So I just thought to myself, if she's no longer in existence, he will not focus on me. And the other day he told you to send me back. So I was just trying to see how I can secure the...
Let me understand something now. So you want them to unalive somebody?
Nothing. How is your day?
You were tired. You your existence. You want to remove her existence. You want to kill her. How are you going to overtake her?
Should I do my brows right now?
I said you may come do everything. Come make your market for it. I said may poison Annabelle.
You said make you carry market for her. On the Korean issue, why are you promising a marriage to somebody who's already married?
I like it here.
Okay, you like it here. Don't worry, you will like it in the estate street. I will call the estate street to come and make sure that they lock you up. So if the estate street is with you,
I don't really like
I think I should do my eyebrows later. I'm working from home, my dear. But right now I'm just doing my makeup. So yeah. What are you up to? What do you do? Yeah, it's nice. My work has the freedom to... I can work anywhere. I can work from anywhere.
How are you? Sit down. Chai. Hi, your body. How are you feeling?
Very well.
Got her.
I do tour packages.
Mommy, if we're going to continue this, I'll be your daughter-in-law. You can speak the way you speak. I'd have to learn and I'd understand eventually.
Be yourself. Yeah, when you speak preaching, you start preaching to my own people here with this talk. Maybe you never can tell you. Yeah. You want to drink water? You want to drink water?
I'm a travel agent. I plan tours for people. Yeah, this is a face tint. No, that's not concealer. This is a face tint. I don't have hair. Another day.
Darling?
Yeah. Baby,
Hi.
Dot from South Africa.
So,
Thank you for Star J.
trying to hide for a while.
This is not concealer.
Unfortunately, I can't.
This is Maybelline face tint.
You say what?
I don't need it, but I love it.
Hey! Baby, come on, sit here. Come on, sit here. Something. Morning. Huh? Annabelle. Hey! Hey! Annabella. Oh! So I'm good to be back.
Yeah.
Why did you tell me this time?
I wanted to get some time.
What did you need time for? Baby, this is good news. Come on. Yes. This is what you want. That's two. Ejima. Mama, put one first.
Yeah, one.
One first. Mommy, take it one at a time. One first.
Yeah, it's still good. Now when they do one, I make I end up with only one. No go two, three.
Yes, I'm a Christian. Why?
Annabella.
Mommy, Annabella.
I'm gonna be a grandma. I'm gonna be a grandma. I'm gonna be a grandma.
I'm going to use this concealer. First of all, I have this black mark. Cover that.
First time where I seen her for streets of London. Skin like vanilla, but she saw me my moon button. She did always try to correct my English. I just did laugh, cause she want me to date distinguished. Anyway, we had the whole eyes on me. Don't know, understand how she fall for me. She knows I'm your papa, she just hold me tight.
I'm not Nigerian. Do I look like a Nigerian?
My baby is a foreigner.
They have beautiful babes.
Everybody just the hello. My baby is a foreigner.
Nigerians have very beautiful girls.
We are like having to wait in long queues or for a long time just to get the service that you want, right? Hey, look, These two frames have the exact same prescription, only that one is a thinned down version that I was able to get from Jeff's Optical House in 24 hours. This is a service that is exclusively available at Jeff's, and previously I would have had to wait for up to 2 weeks just to get a thinner version of
Ramadan,
my high prescription. And when I say high, I mean high prescription lenses. This is just scientific with Jeff's Optical House. So
Stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your good time.
because that is where you go wrong.
Karibu East tuko kwetu 9 to 5 zetu vitu vya vitu ndetu.
As I wait that to sit, the concealer, let me just do.
Kolabo kwa kwetu. Sikia, ya siku yanze vya Europe kwa East. Give thanks for me make it kwa list. Kulive long and up keep your now we so daily na vya maswara makwero na ma list. Toka smoke and make and repeat. Piga lukunde utoke kwa streets. Na step fly na mandege kwa fit. Na step fly na mandege kwa Karibu East tuko kwetu 9 to 5 zetu vitu vya vitu ndetu. Karibu East tuko kwetu nakupenda uko kwetu nikolove uko kwetu.
Ati karibu East, Muchi na wanare na mengara si usare nizo kini bekali vitu ni clean, kagua mali na watoto Eastside bro Chester sali anyways mungu mbele kiswali sawa kiswali hiyo buda imesimama kuroreshe ankali tuendela leza machakla tayari leo nipate Suzani kidish biriani kukutia mafans kwa jirani nende west ama south.
Rita, Chamaka,
No. What do we do? So let's blend out the concealer. This concealer has a really nice coverage, but I went to try a new concealer. I've been using this for the longest. A lip from Cap. A lip through concealer. I've been using it for a long time. So that is done. Blend it out nicely. Yeah, let's do this part. Forehead. Haven't gone so blend out your concealer nicely.
So we're at World's Strongest Man. It is day one of the heat. We have got a really exciting day. We've got the first event, which is the carry and climb. Farmers walk into power stairs. We've then got the press medley, which is 3 dumbbells. And then a barbell for reps on the end of it. And then we're going into the squat for reps as the final event on day one. It's going to be a fantastic day. Tom has Jaco Schoonwinkel, Matt Ragg, Austin Andrade, and Levi Strong, which I'm looking forward to seeing Levi as well. It's a good new talent. It's a really tough group. Obviously, Tom's 3 times world's strongest man. It's going to be an interesting day for him. I think he's got 2 very good events. Maybe the squat is a bit of an unknown. Don't know where his squat's at the moment, so it's exciting to see. And obviously, I think
I don't know why
today,
of late
he's probably going to be in a pretty commanding position. But
this area, my nose area is becoming so dry, spilling off.
And really looking forward to seeing how it pans out. I mean, I've watched Tom a number of times over the years. You see him walking around when he's at World's Strongest Man, and the focus, you can just sort of sense it. You know when he's in shape and when he's not, and he's really got that sort of aura around him at the moment, which he looks confident, he looks ready, he looks big as well. But obviously we know Tom, even when he's big, he's very well conditioned and very fast. So, yeah, I expect big things from Tom today.
I love blending out my concealer, like on my under eye. It feels nice. Was that English correct?
I need mine to come down like way low.
Blending out my concealer. Done. And to this other side. That's that. Then I use a pressed powder. This pressed powder to set everywhere where I've used my concealer. Remove the excess.
Levi Strong and Tom Silver.
Go in with our blush. I'm doing this. Should I do this with this? Okay. Let me do this. This color.
Fuck. I'm not sure, but I think he might have tore his callus.
Thank you so much, iCloud. Thank you.
Did you see his hands or not? I haven't seen it.
It's about
I think he's
sticks.
tore calluses. Bad. I think if you can't pick up the power stairs, it's probably bad. I'm gonna go see now. Gutted because he was basically did 99% of the event and was on the fastest time, I believe, of the day. And then just hit the wall, but it wasn't a strength issue, so I didn't know what had happened. I didn't know if he'd hurt himself.
This is a very light shade.
But then I think it was his calluses, so he pretty much handicapped. So yeah, we'll go see how bad it is.
What the excess? You make sure you're blending it towards your temples. Yes.
Yeah, so just on one callus. It's quite deep, it's quite big, but it's quite clean, so they've cleaned it up and I think it'll be fine to see it for the rest of the events. Yeah, you see,
the way
he
my
pissed off because
face is lifting.
they
It's
should have,
lifted.
well, basically, it's slipped up,
Already.
but then Wayne has slipped up, well, maybe not, you know, there's still a heat to go, but up until then, potentially then Wayne slipped away at the
That's
last step,
done.
which is fucking annoying as fuck.
Let's do contour.
He just needs to, I told him, just forget about it, next event, he needs to win, and then he's straight back in the game, so. It's only an impact when heavy weight is
brush.
pulling down for a long period of time.
It's an angled
Even
brush.
a barbell where he's got to put it on his belly, he'll be fine. Yeah, it's just this is the little second. And as soon as in rack, it's here anyway, so this callus doesn't matter. So it'll be totally fine. There is no other event that affects it really. I mean, it is going to be a all comp, to be honest. Because when he does the barbell, it's going to reopen it. He'll be able to do it fine, but he'll reopen it, and it'll get worse, and then it'll get, you know, when he does the log, pick it up, it'll get worse. It is going to be a dick. Yeah, but it'll just come off. It is going to be a dick, but the events are like, not events that it will ruin the event, it's just going to be annoying as fuck, basically. He's got one of his best events next, so he just needs to get that mental rebound, and he'll be fine.
Where are you, iCloud? Shay? Where are you watching me from? Tonga, thank you so much.
That's why I couldn't, because he wouldn't go up and he was going so quick. Well, that's what he couldn't watch because he was bleeding and things and stuff. But there's that.
You're in Nigeria. You can come to Kenya. I'm in Kenya, I'm not in Nigeria. Actually, I'm a tour agent. I can organize a package for you here in Kenya. So if you're willing to come, I got you. I can plan something for you.
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. Would it be possible to have a Coke Zero when you get sick? Just go, yeah, maybe 2 tens, please, if that's okay. You want anything, mate? Can I get 3 tens, please, if that's okay? Right, ladies. Right, have a nice day. Take care, all the best. Thank you. I am fine, mate. I just want Tom to do okay. I don't really care at the moment. Like, obviously it would be nice to compete, but at the same time, like, I'm content being here and supporting Tom. I've kind of come to terms with the fact that I'm not going to be competing, so me being like sour about it is just stupid and selfish as well. So yeah, all I want is Tom to smash it. Obviously he's torn his callus and his left arm.
You're willing to
callus,
come?
but he'll be
Okay.
fine. He'll be okay. He'll get back to it in no time and yeah, he'll sound just. This is the way
You can email me
we'll all wish to have a perfect
and you
start.
can see what you can do.
But again, it's a challenge.
Or you can check out my
Challenge.
company's name on, you can check my company out on Instagram. It's at Soft Life Stays Kenya. So you can search that.
30 minutes or so of doing that.
Soft Life Stays Kenya.
Back up.
On Instagram, on Facebook, then we can see. And try and work that. If you want a nice makeup look, you have to blend, commit yourself to blending. You have to blend it out. Like, take your time. Take your time.
You get the good shit. There you go. Go, Nick. Let's go.
Let's now do our loose powder. Okay. Let's do
So that actually turned out to be not as bad as I anticipated, so yeah. Came second in his heats, that's good. That's good, very good. But overall, when I said it wasn't good, I mean the top it was not good. I'm going to give him a bit of space and just let him go closest in, and then there's a squat to go, and then maybe he just needs a day reset and pick up tomorrow. We'll see. I feel like something out of everyone's control, like Callus tear, and then a bad placing in that event has really knocked his confidence, and he needs to just get it back, because it's not that he's not strong, you know. 2 days ago in the boneyard, he was destroying that barbell. It's just great to just reset. Basically, it is a reset.
How do I feel now?
Waking up, boy.
I feel okay.
Go, boys.
Should we do eyeshadow or just simple? Today I want to do something different. I want to try something different.
To come out tomorrow,
Different.
tomorrow as well, so that's the beauty of form. But it's, you know, it's the first ever World's Strongest Man is obviously
But
a lot of
first,
pressure on.
let's do our eyebrows.
But pressure creates diamonds, guys. I'm tall as a fucking
I
diamond.
lost one of my brown
Just because
pencils.
things don't go well initially, it doesn't matter. Get to the
My
final.
favorite,
Anything
actually.
can happen in the final. I was 9 points behind Villanelle last year. We just missed it by half a
I'll
point.
find it.
That's what I'm saying. So don't worry about this.
But I have this brown.
Just get that out of his head. The only thing he needs to focus on, making the final and getting there. That's it. That's number one. That has to be number one every year. That's what he's focused on now. So hopefully he's starting to waken up now. He's starting to do things that's helping him now, which is a really good sign. So he's getting a massage. He's listening to Shane. Shane's telling him to do this. He's had some fruits from Nathan.
Trim
These
them
all
off.
positive things. So we're doing positive things to make us feel better. And that's
Trim
what
sounds
comes
like I
out now.
want to trim
So
them.
that's the end of day one.
I just
Just do
trim
what
them.
he's going to do what he can do. There's a lot of big numbers at the moment in the squad. Doesn't matter. All we have to worry about is you. Like, again, it's fucking whatever. This guy did this, this guy. If you feel you can do 20 reps, do 20 reps. Shut it down. Cool. If you can't, don't worry about it. If you need 8 reps to win your group, do 8 reps and peace out. It's fine.
It's easier to do your
That's just
eyebrows
my
when
opinion,
they're
obviously.
trimmed.
Don't hate me anymore.
But at this point, I'm just going to work with you with whatever I have. And that's my black pencil. My sharpener. I told you to check out my page on Instagram, my work page. It's at Soft Clef Stays Kenya or KE, just KE. Then follow me there, DM me, and we are going to talk. Okay? Normally when I do my eyebrows, one is usually higher than the other. But let's see. Now, if you're not on Instagram, how am I going to help you? Are you on Facebook? Same applies. That's the only way to get me. Search Soft Lifestays and DM me my page. Soft Lifestays. Is that equal? I guess.
That's not showing. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's not showing. Yes. So it was awesome. So very, very good, Tommy. Way to go, Tom. Oh.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so day one, done at what Stirling ran. Yeah, it's a bit, in my standard it was pretty shitty. Yeah, started the day off with armors into power stairs. Yeah, that event for me, actually, in all honesty, there was a lot of fast times in there. Like, I didn't realise how fast a lot of the times would be. I was really impressed with Matt Rye's time in our group as well. He blitzed it, but for me, it was just difficult finishing it in like 40 odd seconds. I think I would have done that, but then
cool.
When I got to the last step, my hand kind of gave way, and I just couldn't get up. I heard Luke say shake it off. I should have probably shook it off and then tried it again, but it is what it is. That was kind of the worst start I could get. I was ended up being.
And for you guys who are in Kenya, please, if you're looking for somewhere to be on the fast, because it's a holiday, if it's a luxury getaway, if it's just a staycation, hit me up. On Instagram, you can get me via this account, Soft Lifestays.
It was just got to the last power stair.
Thank you. Promote my business.
The worst possible start for myself. But there was a lot of fast times throughout the groups there. There was some surprising times as well. And then we move on to
Let's stop business.
This was a very disappointing event for me. I think I kind of was in my own head a wee bit with a stupid hand, and then a lot of delays and stuff as well. The weather was affecting me, and I was about to go out, but Evan had broken the floor with the press medic before I was about to go out, and so we seen us do like fixing the floor. They said 20 minutes to us. We went back into loading to get ready, then they said another 30 minutes, and then they said 40, so it was kind of all over the place. They kept saying different times, which can match you up a wee bit, because you go do your warm-up, and then you wait a bit, you go do another warm-up, you wait a bit. So yeah, I was kind of in my own head a wee bit there as well. I was getting pretty frustrated, and kind of just like,
I couldn't really get myself switched on. I was wanting to get with that event, our group was going last, and like, you know, the difference with this setup now is this format as well is, yeah, you have to win your group, but you also kind of have to chase other people as well, because like, if you win your group, you can still go to the final, but you can win your group and come and be 10th going into the final, which then you get 1 point, yeah, you're in the final, but it's kind of like, so for me, I was trying to chase my group plus other people, which could have been a mistake, but yeah, I got to, the dumbbells were really easy. The good thing about the dumbbells is the training was paying off for them. Barbell, for me, I just didn't really feel my legs. I just, kind of like I forgot how to use my legs. I was doing all my legs, using legs in training. I felt quite wobbly and unstable. I don't know if that was just because how long I waited, maybe I was dehydrated, maybe I just a bit fatigued, but yeah, I felt pretty crappy on that event, and I was very annoyed with myself only getting 2 reps. I thought, well, I'd got 1 more rep, 2 more reps, it would have been much better points for myself, so I was kind of in a really bad place after that event, like overall as well. But I think I was sitting like still like 4th place or something in my group, so yeah, it was a very, those first 2 events were the worst for me. But I didn't expect to be that bad in the press media. In press medias in the past, I think I never really come up the top 2 or 3 in it, so yeah, I was very raging with myself, and I kind of just let myself get
Do you think they
when I went on to squats, I was the last group down, so I didn't
I
squat
feel
till
like this one is higher
7:40.
than
You know,
this.
we got to the yard at 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning, and my last event was at 7:40 today, so it was a really long day. That's probably one of the longest days I've ever had a World's Strongest Man. Lifting at 7:40 p.m. is, you know, it's long. Usually I'm in bed or getting ready for bed at that time, but yeah, squats for me, even in the warm-ups, I didn't really feel it. I kind of just felt a bit like switched off a wee bit and stuff as well, and then I was kind of getting even more in my head because I seen the scores come in, and I was like, Emma's now at 16 or 15, Richardson's 16, like they were getting like, when we were at Andrew Flint 15 or 16 reps, I was like, geez, oh, like I didn't expect there were so many big squatters, and you know, when we were looking at the squats, we were thinking like 10 to 12 reps was going to win it, and there were so many massive squats in that thing, so I was kind of like crapping myself a wee bit because like I had never done more than probably like 3 or 4 of 320, so whatever if I hit 6, yeah, it would have been a massive PB, but it would have got me like 2 points. So I knew I had to kind of get 10 plus, and if I got 10, it would be alright, but I think 12 reps, I had to try to go for 12. 11 to 12, because 12 would have tied me for like 4 people. Luckily I got 12, which was good. I didn't really have any more in the tank. I got to 11, then I collapsed and did 1 more and pushed that. So yeah, I kind of switched on when I got under the squat bar, which was good. The squats in the wall of it felt hell. It's just because the bar was lower. We didn't bother setting up to my height because there was other people doing it. I just obviously didn't have the mats and stuff as well. So, but I was really happy with 12. I mean, it's a massive PB for me. In competition, I've never done 320 for 12. I've never been near that even in the gym. So yeah, I was very happy with kind of my performance. I think in that one I changed my mindset of not focusing on other people and just squatting to myself. You know, obviously next to me, Andre did 15 or 16 reps, but I was never going to catch that. But I knew that, you know, doing 12 would still keep in the mix a wee bit. So yeah, it's mixed emotions. You know, obviously I put a lot of pressure on myself coming to World's Strongest Man, winning it 3 times, and I know I'm making it hard for myself now to even reach the final, because at the end of this day, I think it's Austin and Matt Ragg. I don't know exactly what point, but they're 4 points ahead of me. Then it's me, then it's Jacob, and then it's Levi Strong. So yeah, I've got 2 big events tomorrow.
Oh my God,
The event that I did really bad at last year is still to come for me, which I need to try and get like focused on that, and you know, I've really prepped that, and I'll be really annoyed if I don't complete that because I bought the stones for it all and stuff as well. There's only 2 events tomorrow, so I have to give it my all. Best case scenario for me is I win 2 events and Andre and Matt Ragg finish in the bottom 2 in the trap pool, and then it's kind of 3-horse race then for the final. I think there'd be a point or something in it, but that's best case as well. So as well. I don't really know how good Levi's is at Trap Hill. I don't know how good Matt Ragger and Andre are at Trap Hill either, so it's kind of like a guessing game for all of us. It's going to be hard as well because we've just done a massive day of competing, and then we've got Trap Hill and then Stone of the World tomorrow. But yeah, let's just see what happens. Like I said, I'm very disappointed myself. Nobody else to blame, it's me. It's for some reason. I've always been a slow starter while Shaw's man, but unfortunately you can't be a slow starter with this system now. You can be a slow starter when it used to be the second and third place, because third place you had that banker of getting to the stone off, and it was the same. It's been the same every year. Last year as well, I was a very slow starter, so that's something that I need to, fine or not, I need to go to the drawing board and look back and how to kind of get myself ramped up from the start, because I really struggled from the start to get ramped up. But yeah, here's what it is, no excuses. But we've still got fans talking like I'm out, but I'm still got 2 more events to go. So when I want to get to the final, whether it's in first place in the final, 5th place, 10th place, let's just get there, because I knew these events in my head are going to be hard. These are the ones in the gym that we're training for hard for the most, because these are my weekends. When I seen a squat go into a competition, I was like, oh, shut up, boys. When I seen the stone of the worlds, when I seen the kind of farmers, I needed to kind of train these hard. I know the final events are so much better for me. I know I've got a banker or 2 in there, but it's just getting there and making sure that I'm, at least getting in there, maybe 6th or 7th place, and the worst case scenario, hoping other people above me, if I get in there, drop points, a lot of points, and we can then push up the tail. But yeah, it's one strong man, anything can happen. It's been a mental competition, lots of people are in the mix to go to the final. These groups are really close. I think you say about these groups is there's nobody really that's 5 points clear of anyone. You look at Mitchell's group, I think there's a point in it with them. Right now there's a point in it with them. And then there's a fight for my group as well for 4 points difference. So let's see what happens. Ideally, I want to finish first in the group, but if I can sneak in a 2nd place,
again, the body is not
I'm going to
equal.
be in the bottom 5 in the final. If I can sneak into 1st place in my group, I know that I'm going to be in the top 5 going into the final. So that's kind of the goal, is to try and go, like I said, I'll win the 2 events tomorrow. If I win the 2 events tomorrow, I'll be guaranteed, I think, 2nd place. But if I could, best case scenario, I can win the 2 events and drop points in my group, and then I can, get into the final in the top 5. But yeah, anyway guys, thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay spicy, and we'll see you for day 2.
Shane Flowers is our first competitor here, the 31-year-old out of Dorset, England, making his Shaw Classic debut. We have 9 men opening at more than 400 pounds, Loz.
Some of these numbers that are going up in this first round is quite incredible. The most we've ever seen at the strongest man on earth is 206 kilos. So a little bit lower than what we
You
expect.
guys enjoy watching the strongest man in the world. I enjoy watching people who lift weights.
Starting here with 380.
It's crazy.
Safe opener for him. He needs to get points.
Because even when I go to the gym, the only thing I do is lift weights. I enjoy
Some
it.
people will come in real
I
heavy,
love
take that
seeing
risk.
people
Maybe they miss
lift
it, and then
weights.
they can
I
start
enjoy
managing.
watching
If you get
crime
lifting,
videos,
then start to build. How does the Englishman do?
trending evil
First
stuff.
time ever out with the strongest man on earth.
Jesus.
This is a true wooden
I
log.
might become a very dangerous
Shane
person.
Flowers approaches for his opening run. Clock is going.
Because I've watched too much detective movies, too much drug lord movies, too much documentaries about illegal stuff.
Safely in the bank and
I
down.
might become a mafia
With his second.
one day. Just saying,
Just for
please
perspective,
don't
these
come for
logs
me.
take about 6 to 8 weeks to manufacture. And it's
Just a
different
girl
when you lift on a wooden log and when you lift on a
trying to
metal
live
log.
in this
A
world
lot of the competitors saying if you've only
of
trained on a metal log,
evil
you're in for a little
people.
bit of a rude awakening.
A little bit different. The
Where's my
handle
other
space is
brush?
much smaller. The way it feels as you're cleaning the log feels a little different. But it's It's a real true test of strength.
Powder, let's
All right, lads, let's take a look at your keys to this event when you talk about putting big weight over your head.
Very simple. You need to really have a lot
Today I'm
of
wearing glasses.
tricep and
I
shoulder
want to
strength.
do
Leg strength,
this
back strength,
yellow
but
color
predominantly about overhead power,
right
about
over
pressing
here,
power.
and then a darker
Other guys like Trey
color.
Mitchell, like Lucas Hatton, they have huge shoulders and triceps on them.
And then this color. Right here.
318 pounds, that's
And
172
unfortunately, I
kilos
only have,
to our fans across the pond.
let's see, sponge brush. Will this
10th
work?
and the world's strongest man this past year,
What do you guys
facing all the way
use
to the
sponge
finals where he
brush
did
for?
win the Hercules Bowl.
I can use this brush to apply this yellow right here. And then this
It wasn't the cleanest lift that we've seen so far, but he gets a good lift. The nerves
let's
are
see if it
settled.
will
Often you
work.
actually see guys, the nerves are a big thing, and their first lift can be worse than their second lift. They're getting used to the implement, because sometimes what they're using backstage is different to the implement they're using on stage, and then getting used to surroundings. You will often see the second lift actually move better than the first, but good lift there. Thumbs up from Eddie, and you'll be happy with that.
And for a guy like Eddie Flowers, first time on this stage, first time you're taking the floor versus Eddie Williams, all eyes on you. It's good to just get one under your belt.
Oh, absolutely. For the first timers, there's a lot of pressure on them.
Trust the process.
Wester Witzke is going to be next. A veteran of this field making his second appearance. 29-year-old out of Niagara Falls in Canada. 9 years of experience for the Moose. So he's looking to push about 440 pounds by the time everything is all said and done. So if you're opening at 380, good game plan.
440 pounds is where you start hearing me get really excited, because that's when the weights are
You're getting somewhere.
But that's not to discredit the weights that
And
we're using
yellow
right now. These
is
guys
such a
are building,
beautiful
and everyone
color.
has different strengths and weaknesses. But if you want to really hear this
You really
crowd
don't
inside,
have to
we're
use
going
a
to want to
brush,
see
you
some
can also
huge
use your
numbers.
fingers.
Easy for Wester Witzke.
The other thing for people listening back home, as exciting as it is this first round, and as much as the athletes will want to push big numbers, they really have to think about the whole contest. An 8-event contest is going to take out so much energy by the end of tomorrow. So you have to be strategic in these numbers. This is an element that not every comp has, where you can select your own numbers.
We are getting somewhere, somewhere.
Pick the numbers that they want to pick. So tactics are just as important as pure strength.
Tristan Hoth is our next competitor.
Beautiful
Fellow Canadian.
girl.
33-year-old. Came in 13th at last year's Shaw Classic. Laz, break down the mechanics here of the clean and press for the log. What's important technically for these athletes?
The technique on any event should be hugely, hugely important. You see Tristan coming up to the log now. What he's going to do is
And now,
lift the
where
log
is
to
the
start
other
with. Get that weight into his
I
lap,
go in with this
squat
dark
down,
color.
and then he's going to try and use triple extensions and lots of power through the hips, through the knees and the ankles.
Right here.
Roll this log up his body as he does there. There's the push press. The knees will dip out slightly to the side. Stand up. Push hard through. Try to get your head through for the finish lockout. That's a big thing as well. In the rules meeting, they're talking that the head has to come through. You need to be looking at your referee. Wait for that down signal. And then you get the good lift. So here you see he sits down, powerful through the hips on the clean.
Hey.
He'll pop through those hips.
Oh, wow.
Elbows squeeze together. Solid press. He's looking at the referee.
Love.
Good rep.
These athletes are all lifting at 380 pounds, about 172 kilograms. You can make 10-pound or 4.5 kilo jumps up to 400. Then from there, you can make 5-pound jumps up to 440 or 200. And then 2.5-pound jumps or 1.1 kilo jumps beyond 440.
So the newly crowned North American strongest man, Bryce Johnson, absolute mountain of a man. 380, easy. Oh, just a bit soft on the knockout. King his chest rapidly fast.
I won't do any
You have to work hard for it.
It's just
Eventually
going
gets
to
it.
be like that.
You need to make sure he focuses on his second lift.
And you can see the wobble a little bit once he starts to extend into that lockout, where you run into trouble.
Look at this, it was flew off the chest, lots of power from the legs. But those triceps didn't quite lock out. It caused his elbows to wobble a little bit. Could have been nerves. It's a, look how easy that flew off the chest. Sometimes it's also, these big massive guys, they're a bit tight in the shoulders. Because the lock holds them in a neutral position, they can't quite get their head through as comfortably as they'd like, and that can slow down that lockout as well.
Can some of that be rushing? Like it came off his shoulders so quickly.
He maybe just tried to drive that head through a bit too quickly, lost the balance, and then had to work a bit harder than he would have liked to finish the lift. But the most important thing, he got the lift. We've seen no failures so far. And here we have Josh Spurgeon coming out, 390 pounds, which is 176, just shy of 177 kilos.
Earned his way here by winning the Shaw Classic Open a year ago, and that is an easy 390.
That was a smart lift for him to come out with, because he's gone slightly ahead of those first few guys, and if they fail their next lift, he will already pick up points on them.
We haven't seen anything come close to failure yet, as you get another look here at Spurgeon. But
Next we are lashes. We are not doing eyeliner today, so from that
what do you do?
Absolutely, your first lift has to be a confident lift. You do not want to be coming out failing that opener. The second lift, you're starting to really think, okay, I've got to push hard on this second lift. I need something that's going to pick up points. And then your third lift, for most of the guys, they're going to be pushing that bit harder. It's a bit more of a risk, but if they get it, they're in a great position. If they miss it, okay, they've got that second lift that's got them points. You have to be realistic. The goal is to always hit that PB on that third lift, but sometimes you've got to look at where you are against other people. Have some people just gone too far, and you think, okay, there's no point in challenging that. I need to be smart.
It is
So
done.
these first few lifts, they're lifts that they've done before.
Let's wear lashes.
He's coming out here with 390. He should have done 390 in the gym before. Slipped a little bit there. Needs to keep that back nice and tight. That's better. In a balanced position. He's going to have to dip, use his leg power. Balance, and he gets it down. Couple of little stumbles. The referee was making him wait for that balance. That's something that the referees are going to be strict on. Good lift there.
Nick Guardione at 390 pounds. And what happens here when he slips on the cleat?
Just slips a little bit on his shirt. So it wasn't quite tight enough with his back. He readjusted, got it over the belt, kept it tight in the upper back, and then the clean was no problem. Up in the little steps, but the press was comfortable.
Didn't seem to panic.
No, one iota. We are moving up to 400 pounds now. So 181 kilos.
I might end up going somewhere. With this look, I was supposed to stay indoors, but I might end up going somewhere.
Every Shaw Classic. Gonna get that shirt chopped up once the line comes
I
up to your
was
shoulders.
meant to stay indoors.
13 years
But
of
I might
combat
go work
experience. His
somewhere.
next finish at the Shaw Classic.
I might be outside.
He's battled injuries a ton over the last 4 years. It's a hard fight.
The last couple of years he has picked up injuries. That's part of strongman, unfortunately. But here he's a good rock presser. And he opens with 400 pounds. No problem there for the Canadian.
That's just a nice big old confidence boost for you as well if you're Maxime Boudreau.
Absolutely.
He had to withdraw from the Arnold.
With my
this
big
year.
forehead.
Every event is a good event when you can
With
get it
your
under your belt.
duffies.
And Maxime Boudreau at 400 pounds. We're going to jump up to 410 though.
With your
Maxime's the
duffies.
only athlete coming out at 400, straight up to 410 now.
Look at that eye.
108, just shy of 186 kilos. What numbers was Terry saying that Lucas and Trey
The
had
problem. Here comes the problem.
You can make 2.5-pound jumps beyond 440. So Tom Stoltman opens up here at 410. And Tom Stoltman is one of those guys that had those questions swirling around potential record talk. He poo-pooed it a little bit because the world record record is 5:09.
Yeah, I don't think Tom's going to be challenging any world records today, but Tom is very underrated when it comes to the log. I've seen him do 210 kilos in competition before, so this 185 should not be a problem. And look how easy that was for the big man.
410 pounds for Tom Stoltman.
That looks strong. Tom's pressing has just got better and better over the years. Look how easy this was. Very, very good clean. Loads of power. That was superb technically. The feet were planted. He didn't move at all. Great opening lift from the Albatross.
Laz, there are some guys where you can see the leg force drive and transfer up their body. For Stoltman, it just looked like he pressed out.
If you look closely, he used a lot of leg drive. It's just the efficiency.
He just makes it look so simple.
Exactly that. The technique was so good that it made it look effortless.
All right, here's the T-Rex. Evan Singleton, he competes angry, but he says, listen, I've done a lot of work on the way I approach this sport over the last couple of years. He's in his best mindset. You have high expectations.
I do indeed. He's really kind of learning on the job always. You know, he's experienced now. He's competed at every type of major competition there is. He's won plenty of international shows before. He comes in with aggression, but he's learning to channel it and control it. How does he do with this 190 kilo, 420-pound log?
He locks it out overhead, 450. He has done before. He opens up darn close to that.
No. A chance to say no to that. He's done. He throws it down, stomping back. Good, powerful clean. It's not quite as balanced as Tom was, but composes himself. Good press. Watches the referee down, and I'm straight out of here.
Wearing lashes
We're
can
going to
be
stay at 420 for our next lift, and that is from Thomas Evans, a 31-year-old from Newark, Delaware, in the United States.
Tom is another good log lifter as well.
Let's do an.
There's so many great American log lifters right now.
Why?
I think when you see an athlete take something to a certain level, it breeds that confidence. Okay, if that guy does it, we can do it too. And we're seeing that. You know, we've got so many great Americans competing this weekend.
The most Americans ever that have been in this field at the Shaw Classic.
Oh, it just came away from him as he pressed the log move forwards. He's not got it. What's happening is as he presses, that log is drifting forwards. He's losing that power. At least the folks are pushing up and back against it.
That's why I don't like
And it's
wearing
interesting
them.
because he had 40 seconds, but Evans went right back to it. And
What
he
are
does
these?
finally get the lockout.
That's
What
not
are
the kind of lift he
these?
wanted, but the most important thing he did get it in the end. Gets a good lift.
Laz, you surprised he went right back to it? When you had another 45 seconds, he could have
I
really
think he's panicked. I think that's what it was there. You watch this here. It flew off the chest, but it comes away from him, and then he loses the balance. And then he's thinking, okay, I just need to get this done. Again, another huge man. Maybe just tightness around the shoulders. This one log might be slightly narrower than the metal one that he's been training on. As you can see there, again, flying off the chest, couldn't quite fix his head through as easily as one. Sometimes when they're training, the guys will lean back and press like a bench press. But one thing that Brian and the referees are talking about in the rules meetings is that you must get your head through.
Jesus.
Sometimes with these bigger guys, very big chests, huge front delts, they're not as flexible as some of the leaner guys. It just restricts them. Now here we have Bobby Thompson coming out at 425 pounds.
He is the American record holder, a record that many competitors think could fall this weekend. 478.5 pounds, 217.5 kilos. Opening at 425, easy clean, and head is through at 425 for Bobby Thompson.
192.5 kilos, 425 pounds. Bobby gets the first lift ticked off. He's not looking in record shape, I don't think, but he knows how important points are. He's here to focus on the whole show, not the record.
And again, just an easy clean.
Yeah, he made the clean look so easy. A little unstable, but it was pretty simple, to be fair.
As you wish.
watching that log as he dipped. The log just jumps off his chest ever so slightly. He lost some of that leg drive, but he's so strong in the shoulders and triceps that it really didn't matter.
He's going to make a 15-pound jump because you could see as he went into the back, he was signaling 440. So you have a minute after your completed attempt to declare your next one.
And Austin Andrade, absolute beast of a man, over 400 pounds, loves the power events, 430 pounds.
Dark Horse as a potential winner.
195 kilos, he needs this, not flew away from him. And this doesn't look good. This looks heavy on his chest. He's not getting enough leg drive to pop that log off his chest. He's maybe coming a little bit too heavy in terms of his opening number. The crowd is triggered. Watching there, I didn't see enough power out of the legs to really drive that log up high enough for the shoulders and triceps to press out.
And Laz, it's what you talked about with Thomas Evans. It's that press out instead of that press up.
Absolutely. Again, another huge brown-chested man, huge shoulders. That's a good clean. Now use those legs. That's better. There we go. So much better that time. We use the leg drive. You can see how much higher the log comes off his chest. Then the triceps will kick in. He did very well to compose himself and get that on the second attempt.
60 seconds can go by very quickly. Kudos to Andrade for saying, you know what? Let me take a step back and wait.
He did very well there because panic can kick in. You don't often see guys come back and get
Thank you
that
so
second
much.
attempt as well.
I'll get back to you.
Woke up that leg drive. Because look, this first one, he doesn't really use the legs as explosively as he should. And then he lost the balance. This second attempt here, watch this. Very small amount of leg drive. Tried to use that upper body. I think stumbling could have put him off a little bit. But he did very well to step back, compose himself. And here we go with the good lift. Much better on the leg drive. Got it high enough to use those big triceps. Much more stable. Got his line, bar path right. And does get the good opening lift.
Laz, I know why clean it twice if you don't have to, why deadlift it twice if you don't have to, but if you miss the initial press, are you better off just putting it down, refreshing, and getting set again?
Yeah, normally you are. Just take that moment. You've got 60 seconds. Use that time.
Let me take a break. I'm coming.
Nailed on. Now this guy's incredible a lot. 445 pounds, over 200 kilos for the junior world record holder.
23 years old, the youngest competitor in the field. That's a lot of time under tension.
Look how heavily strapped that knee is. Needs that leg drive. He's not going to get it. I'm not sure what's up with his knee. You can see the strapping around that left leg. That may be affecting his pop again off the floor. He's got 30 seconds left. He's had to lift this log back on himself. The energy is drained. This could be a slight mistake. I mean, I've seen this guy doing 215 kilos for a double in the gym. He has the power. But look at this, it's too much for him. And unfortunately, our junior world record holder is not going to get his opener.
Now here's the problem. 445 is the opener there for Andre Poitou. You cannot go down in weight.
Can't go down. So look at this first attempt. Like I said, I've seen this guy lift huge weights before. It's pretty good. That first dip with the legs, he wasn't happy with, trying to compose himself. You can see as soon as he gets to shaking, there must be some issue. I mean, you can see the knees wrapped. I don't want to make excuses for him. But sometimes you've got to think, okay, maybe going with a slightly safer opener.
I think I'm making a mistake. I'm using someone's technique that is so hard for me. Let me use my
Get the confidence. Get used to that equipment. Maybe the warm-ups felt really easy. I don't know. I didn't see backstage. But panic will kick in now. Because this is an event he would be expecting top points on.
Two other guys expecting top points, opening at 452 and a half pounds. The big thicket, Trey Mitchell, 2 times has won this competition.
Trey Mitchell has so much. Look at the size of those shoulders on this man, the triceps, the traps. He is just an absolute tank of a man. And he loves any event when it just comes to brute power. Not technically the best lifter in the world, but without question, I think this is the strongest man on the planet. If we are talking just pure strength in terms of basic gym movements, right now, he has an argument to be called that man.
Okay.
It is methodical, it is smooth, and
Not using my own
for Trey Mitchell.
See that again. I want to remind you the biggest weight we've ever
But
seen lifted in the
honestly,
short class
wearing
is
machines,
206
if
kilos.
you don't do
He just
this
lifted
every day, it
205
can be
for his
quite
opener
hectic.
and made it look like a warm-up.
This is not even a game. It's not even a joke.
So, just rose it up to his lap. Doesn't even stand up. They're clean
Don't wear
up to the
these
shoulders. They
things on
look
a
at them.
daily.
Oh my goodness.
That's why people prefer to go for
Tricep
those
strength.
cluster lashes that would last them for 1 month.
He is here to break some records.
So,
Trey Mitchell
yeah.
putting everyone on notice. Making 452 pounds look like a twig.
Well, there's somebody else that can make it look like a twig. Lucas, the locomotive Hatton, 452 and a half pounds. A lot of people expect him to win this event, to win this entire competition, and to potentially set a new American record.
Look at the legs of this man. Again, the shoulders and triceps. He has all the attributes to make this look easy, as Trey Mitchell did.
And he's
Deadlift.
a younger man in the field.
The clean is more efficient than Trey's. Now, how's the press? Again, super easy. Trey and Lucas are firing shots at each other.
He just said it's going up, it's going way up.
I think we could be in for an epic long battle. Look at this. Every aspect of this run was perfect. Unbelievably easy clean. Look at the size of those legs. Good leg drive. Great stability. He didn't even move an inch. My goodness.
Next better.
The smile on his face. He was like that. It was just too easy.
Now, there is some showmanship and some gamesmanship, and it's going up, it's going way up by Lucas Hatton. But, Lods, if you feel really good on that, and you know what Trey Mitchell just did, what do you do now in terms of the jumps? Do you maybe change some of your strategy thinking, you know what, I felt really good on that first?
I think the advantage Lucas has is he gets to go after, so he will have seen what Trey has put. So he has the option to go slightly heavier. And that's what he should be doing in this situation. On the second lift, he wants to be ahead of Trey, because then Trey will be chasing when it comes to the third round.
Current log lift records in America, 478 and a half pounds, that is 217 and a half kilos. That was set by Bobby Thompson back in Hilton Head, April of 2021. That is the number that I think people think is most likely to fall. The junior world record we thought was in danger. Andre Foytu at 462.97 pounds, 210 kilos. However, Foytu missed at 445, which means he's going to try 445 again in round 2. So that junior world record might be tough to get to on the third shot.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough to see that junior record today. However, he may be able to compose himself and come out and make it look easy. You never know. But from what I saw in that first round, I think the record that we really are all looking at is that American record. Bobby Thompson's record, 217 and a half kilos, 478 pounds. And I don't think it's Bobby that's going to be challenging it. I think it's Trey Mitchell and Lucas Hatton.
That 509-pound world record is just so far away. Let's take a look at our biggest lift from that opening round. And it was 452 and a half pounds, started with big thicket Trey Mitchell.
Look at this. If I'm going to criticize anything, I would say Trey's clean was harder than Lucas'. But Trey's press may have been even easier. That's just crazy power.
Imagine
The clean does take a little bit more for Hatton, but I gotta be honest, like, this is simple.
Yeah, Hatton's clean.
yeah, makeup
press was
takes
simple.
time.
He is looking very, very
Especially
confident.
the eyeshadow, the eyelash part.
We're gonna
For
start at
me,
400 in
I
round
will
2.
stay there the whole day.
And that's with Shane Flowers.
But I'm going to respond to you, Cloud.
You know, we like to talk about all the records.
Cloud share.
Lucas Hatton in
iCloud.
particular, though, was probably the biggest at
I'm definitely
the
going
records
to
during the week. Basically saying, look, a record would be nice,
respond to
but I
you.
really want to win the whole thing. And I've got to be smart for 8 events. Do what I need to do to win the event, and if it's a record, it's a record.
So true. This is such an important thing to focus on. You're talking event 1 of 8, and you get the same amount of points for every single event. You don't get bonus points for records, unfortunately.
It's a good idea.
Oh, it's a great idea. But the reality is you'll get as many points for this event as you will for the framings, the arm over arm, and for the cake toss. So you have to focus. It's not necessarily about being the strongest. It's about having the most points at the end of day number 2. Who will be crowned our champion. Here comes Shane Flowers for 181 kilos, 400 pounds for the Englishman.
He opened up at the lightest weight, 380, pretty easy clean at 400.
That away from him. Go on, Shane. Let's compose yourself.
Shane just needs to be in good shape heading into event 2, because he can rack up a ton of points there.
Event 2 and event 3 are going to be really good. Shane, and he's a very good stone lifter as well. This is his biggest weakness on day 1. He recently tore his chest. He tore some muscle fibers in the pec. He's done well to rehab that as quickly as he is, but any issues with those pressing muscles when you are doing a lot less max.
That was 4 weeks ago, guys. It's incredible to think that Shane Flowers is out there doing it back.
Look at that. He's come back and hit it on his second attempt. He is a happy man there. 181 kilos goes up.
Thought he was going to have to go through surgery, but exponentially got better. 400 pounds was overhead about a week after that pec tear, and then in competition with the roar of the crowd.
I hope you have your passport ready.
Talking to Shane backstage, because we have the chest press tomorrow, he's potentially going to miss that one out. So he needs to pick up as many points as he can today.
Do you have your passport?
Lester Winsky.
Do you like our people? What about them? Do you like?
Orders are different. 1, 2, 3, based on what you hit in the first round and call in the second. So Derwinski, who went 3rd,
You're talking about people you never met.
in the first round, will go 2nd here. So Eddie Williams is going to take a jump up.
Yeah, Eddie looked good in the first round. Where's Derwinski? Playing it safe. 400 pounds for lift number 2.
Told us he was looking for 440.
I think if he was looking for 440, he would heavier than that, than 400 on his second attempt.
So you don't have your
Like
passport?
that first one, and the second one is tough.
You don't have a
The
passport?
altitude. Do you see guys sometimes struggle?
Do you have a
with the altitude?
passport?
I noticed that when they're in that clean position, you've got that much weight crushing down on the chest. Maybe that has an impact. It certainly didn't impact to leaders. But it's something to think about. And even then, you saw Wes with 400 looking a little bit dizzy.
Like your documents, travel documents, do you have them?
Long time under tension, and he misses.
I'm not talking about sports.
And hopefully his shoulder, just a niggle for him here.
Most importantly, you've got the opener up.
So how will you travel?
Destroy his hopes on event number 1 and risk an injury.
How will you travel if you don't have a passport?
First attempt.
Yeah.
Really nowhere near high enough. And you can see him stumble back.
You cannot travel without a
I
passport.
couldn't see it going on the second attempt. Gave it a good effort, a little bit more leg drive into it. Maybe an inch higher.
That's the problem. Even if I wanted to help you, I can't.
Tristan Hoth will go
How
next
to get
at
your
400 pounds.
documents
Laz,
right.
you get to a point where the log is on your front rack for so long, you just gotta go. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, imagine having Brian Shaw just resting on your chest. It's going to take the wind out of you, and the energy is going to zap pretty quickly.
here is Tristan Hoth, fittest law enforcement officer in Canada. Easy clean at 400.
Okay, I'm going to DM you.
And Hoth tries again.
So that was a good move off the legs, but you could see the tricep strength wasn't quite there to press this out. particularly on the right hand.
It is not a problem.
Mott lifted 405 and a half pounds. Back in North America's strongest man a year ago.
So this is like top end for Tristan.
20 seconds to get it overhead. Little stammer, hips, and no miss on round 2.
The Canadians will be looking at each other, thinking, I want to be at least the top Canadian. It'll be interesting to see what Maxime comes out with. The 2 Canadians back-to-back fail.
I don't know how to do makeup. Thank you.
So you got Maxime
I'm
Bouchard
learning.
already at 400.
Come teach me.
So
Maxime looked good.
Or
at
call
400.
police.
Interesting
Because I
to
don't
see
know.
what it will be.
Call the police.
Canadian mantle locked down right now.
Moving up to 405 pounds.
This will be Eddie Williams.
Who is that? Masengo. Masengo, call the police. I don't know how to do makeup.
This is a good
Do
way
your work.
for Eddie to go for. He's going to secure
Yeah.
points, and it gives him the option to still add when it comes to round 3. This will be a good way for Eddie. 183 kilos.
175 was his best coming in, but he also hadn't tested it in a while. I think he was a little off on that 1 rep max. He went early.
Okay. He's okay, yeah, just went before the whistle. So, sits down, needs to drive those hips, keep the back tight, good. Get it set high. Use those big legs. Good leg drive. Yeah, stay there. Stabilize, keep the glutes, squeeze it tight. A little bit too much. It's amazing. If you've ever experienced, like, you can make a certain weight look pretty easy. Then you come to your limit. And just 1 kilo over the most you can do can feel
So
like so
I
much
can
more.
show you.
Things get heavy fast.
When you're talking over 400 pounds, yes it does.
Waste your time.
19 seconds.
So give it all to me, baby.
The clean wasn't there.
So many
He
such
tried
to
again at
find.
405.
3 athletes back-to-back failing.
Love's as good as mine. I will do my
Picture
hair.
that going forward.
Depends what the next few guys do, because, you know, when athletes tie on a certain weight, their points will be split. So you can end up having quite a big gap difference to someone that just does a tiny bit more than you.
The other piece of that that's interesting is the failures in round 2.
Baby.
Because again, you cannot go backwards, so you're going to have to lift this again in round 3 as you attempt.
But if you really fail miserably, there's no point coming back trying to do it again. You're better off saving that energy for the next 7 events. And someone like Eddie has a great event number 2. I don't think there's any point in coming back trying that weight just to waste more energy. Now, this is a big lift for Josh Spurgeon. If he gets this, it's going to be good points for him. Pressing is an event that he's improved a lot in over the last year. This will be a good one. 410 pounds for the American.
This would be a PR.
And look at that, a great lift by Josh. He's working really hard in the gym when he's pressing. That was a big lift for the young newcomer to this level. He's picking up the points.
Josh Spurgeon said 405 pounds was my PR. This is 410, which means that he hasn't tested his PR in a long enough time.
Well, he's done this weight in the gym before, so this is a weight he knew he was capable of. But that is a competition PB for him, and it's very different, as I always say, doing it in the gym and doing it in competition. I've seen guys that have been doing 440 in the gym that have failed 400 today, so about performing when it counts, and Josh Spurgeon is doing that today.
Having hit 410 there, he told us 425, and on a great day, 440. What kind of jump do you make in round 3?
I think he goes for the 425. Big competition PB, should be good points for him. He's not going to get into the battle with the likes of Trey and with Lucas. So pick up the points, focus on moving on to the next few events. He's got some really good events. Look out for Josh on the deadlift tomorrow and the chest press. Those 2 events he can really do some damage in.
We're staying at 410.
Just shy of 186 kilos.
This is Nick Guardione. 20-pound jump from the opening round.
Nick was second last year, the Shaw Classic Open. Really stepped up his level this year, doing so well. Winner of RSG, competing his first Arnold's this year, competing his first World's Strongest Man. Really establishing himself as one of the top guys in the world currently. A great lift there from Nick Guardione. He loves to give a crowd behind him.
That man is 3 years removed from being a bad boy at this competition. He carried around Austin Andrade's stuff, his training partner.
Did indeed.
And now he's out there on the floor doing this.
They're so good they've got each other to push in training. Two of the strongest men on the planet training together in the gym, pushing each other, and it's certainly showing. They both got each other's back, but they want to beat each other as well. They're competitors. Nick Guardione believes he's got more in it in round 3.
Jokingly asked Nick who the strongest man who works out at Heavy Metal Fitness in San Antonio is. Didn't get a clean answer, but
I think at the moment he'd have to say Austin. He's not managed to beat Austin yet in a competition, but he is closing the gap every single time.
And for a guy like Nick, this is a confidence booster because somebody like Brian Shaw looks at him and says, "You're ready for this."
Absolutely. And this type of event, this opening event, it's not his. He's a great athlete. Nick is fast, he's dynamic, he's explosive. The static strength is been a weakness for him, but he's putting the gym work in, and we see it progress every time he competes.
Fast and explosive here, former football player in camp with the Cowboys, Bryce Johnson, 4'15".
That's a strong again. It's just a little lockout. He struggled. I mentioned it before. Look at the power off the chest. He cannot fix it. Locked out overhead. I don't believe that's a strength issue. I believe it's a mobility issue holding him back. Tightness in the front delts, stopping him from being able to get the head through. Because look how quickly he can drive this weight off his chest. He's almost at lockout, but he loses balance. He cannot quite get the direction and the flexibility to get himself through. Watch again. Look at the leg drive. He's good. The power off the chest is fast. A little less that time, but stand by. I think he can do that with just some working on finishing positions. Some lockouts in the gym, getting himself used to holding that weight locked out overhead, and he will be back. You can see him improving his overhead quickly if he can do that.
I mean, look how close he is to finishing on this opening attempt. I mean, we're an inch away from locking this out.
And you can see he pulls forward. Can't quite push up and back. Loses that line. Good effort there from Bryce. Not to me.
Here's Maxime Boudreau. There's exactly 3 hits to the forehead.
He wants this lift. Maxime just last year winner of the North American Championships. On his day, he's a great strongman.
Shane Flowers is our first competitor here, the 31-year-old out of Dorset, England, making his Shaw Classic debut. We have 9 men opening at more than 400 pounds, Oz.
Yeah, some of these numbers that are going up in this first round is quite incredible. The most we've ever seen at the strongest man on earth is 206 kilos. So a little bit lower than what we expect some of these athletes do. And a number of these are looking at starting almost at that weight. Shane Flowers in training recently hit 440 pounds. He's starting here with 380. Safe opener for him. He needs to get points on the board. Wants to settle the nerves. And this is a smart way to open with. Some people will come in real heavy, take that risk. Maybe they miss it, and then they can start panicking. I think it's good to get a safe lift in, then start to build. How does the Englishman do? First time ever out with the strongest man on earth.
This is a true wooden log, U.S. made of southern yellow pine. As Shane Flowers approaches for his opening rep. Clock is going. He has 2 shots to get this log overhead. It is no trouble.
Easy lift there. Gets the down signal from the referee. 380 pounds. Safely in the bank, and now he can add to that with his second lift.
Just for perspective, these logs take about 6 to 8 weeks to manufacture. And it's different when you lift on a wooden log than when you lift on a metal log. A lot of the competitors saying if you've only trained on a metal log, you're in for a little bit of a rude awakening.
A little bit different. The handle space is much smaller. The way it feels as you're cleaning the logs feels a little different. But it's a real true test of strength using the wooden logs.
All right, Lars, let's take a look at your keys to this event when you talk about putting big weight over your head.
They're very simple. You need to really have a lot of core strength, and more than anything, tricep and shoulder strength. Legs are important, back strength, but it's predominantly about overhead power, about pressing power. And when you look at the guys like Trey Mitchell, like Lucas Hatton, they have huge shoulders and triceps on them.
Eddie Williams.
318 pounds, that's 172 kilos.
Do you believe in God?
Fans across the pond.
10th at the world's strongest man this past year, advancing all the way to the finals where he did win the Hercules hold.
He's got tremendous grip strength that he has.
I believe in myself.
On his overhead. He wasn't the cleanest lifter we've seen so far, but he gets a good lift. The nerves are settled. Often, you actually see guys, the nerves are a big thing, and their first lift can be worse than their second lift. They're getting used to the implement, because sometimes what they're using backstage is different to the implement they're using on stage, and then it's getting used to the surroundings. You'll often see the second lift actually move better than the first, but good lift there. Thumbs up from Eddie, and you'll be happy with that.
And for a guy like Eddie Flowers, first time on this stage, first time you're taking the floor, versus Eddie Williams, all eyes on you. It's good to just get one under your belt.
Oh, absolutely. For the first timers, there's a lot of pressure out there.
Westerwitsky is going to be next. A veteran of this field making his second appearance. 29-year-old out of Niagara Falls in Canada. 9 years of experience for the Moose. Said he's looking to push about 440 pounds by the time everything is all said and done. So if you're opening
Can you
380,
cook?
No,
but I can eat.
Where you start hearing me get really excited, because that's when the weights are getting serious. And that's not to discredit the weights that we're using right now. These guys are still building, and everyone has different strengths and weaknesses. But if you want to really hear this crowd get excited, we're going to want to see some huge numbers today.
I enjoy eating. Can you cook?
Easy for Westerwitsky.
The other thing for people listening back home, as exciting as it is this first round, and as much as the athletes will want to push big numbers, they really have to think about the whole contest. An 8-event contest is going to take out so much energy by the end of tomorrow. So you have to be strategic in these numbers. And this is an element that not every comp has, where you can select your own numbers. Some comps, they just have set numbers and you've got to do those numbers. Brian allows the athletes to pick the numbers.
So can you cook? The one who asked.
Are just as important as pure strength.
Tristan Hoth is our next competitor. Fellow Canadian. 33-year-old.
Yeah, I don't cook, I only eat. I eat.
Let's break down the mechanics here of the clean and press for
You
the
can
log.
eat everything you buy.
Technically for these athletes.
Technique on any event should be hugely important. You see Tristan coming up to the
Hey, finally, after a huge struggle, I'm going to throw away this national.
Squat down.
They're not cooperating. You can cook. Can you cook? You asked me. And I'm asking you, can you cook? Kayembe. Hi.
Try to get the hit through for the finish lockout. That's a big thing as well. In the rules meeting, they're talking that the head has to come through. You need to be looking at your referee, wait for that down signal, and then you get the good lift. So here you see he sits down, powerful through the hips on the clean. He'll pop through those hips. The elbows squeeze together. Solid press. He's looking at the referee. Good run.
Like today, I feel like having Nigerian food. Some eba or semo.
4.5 kilo jumps up to 400. Then from there you can make
Some
5
egusi
pound
soup.
jumps up to 440
Can you?
or 200. And then
Can you
2.5
cook?
pound jumps or 1.1 kilo jumps beyond 440.
So the newly crowned North American strongest man, Bryce Johnson, absolute mountain of a man. 380, easy. Oh, just a bit soft on the lockout. Came off his chest rapidly fast, but that lockout was a little bit soft. He had to work hard for it. Eventually gets it. You need to make sure he focuses on his second lift.
And you can see the wobble a little bit once he starts to extend into that lockout, where you run into trouble.
Yeah, look at this, it was flew off the chest, lots of power from the legs. But those triceps didn't quite lock out. It caused his elbows to wobble a little bit. Could have been nerves. It's a, look how easy that flew off the chest.
Hey, Bunny.
Also, these big massive guys
Yeah, niambie.
fight in the shoulders. Because the lock holds them in a neutral position. They can't quite get their head through as comfortably.
Ati nini?
And that can slow down that lockout as well.
Can some of that be rushing?
Oh, English point.
His shoulders so quick.
Kuko na nini?
Drive that head through a bit too quickly, lost the balance, and then had to knock a bit harder into the leg to finish the lift. But the most important thing, he got the lift. You see no failure.
Eh, kuna nyumba huko.
And here we have Josh Spurgeon coming out, 390 pounds,
Aya, sawa, sawa, ina neno.
76, just shy of 177.
Thanks.
Earned his way here by winning the Shaw Classic Open a year ago, and that is a
My work, I can work from anywhere. Just calls. You guys should give me work. I need work. Book houses, book trips.
We haven't seen anything come close to failure yet as you get another look here at
Please,
Spurgeon.
let me afford more makeup.
How do you mark out these three?
Help me afford more makeup.
My opener I know I can hit.
Yeah.
Then I've got 2 more. What do you do?
Fine girl.
Your first lift has to be a confident lift. You do not want to be coming out failing that opener. The second lift, you're starting to really...
Have you seen Fine Girl like me before? Have you?
And then your third lift...
Have you seen a fine girl like me before? Okay, so going back with this blush that has some highlights, I'm going to use which shade? We use the light shade, so use this, use the similar.
Some people just go too far. You say, okay, there's no point challenging that. I need to be smart. For these first few lifts, they're lifts that they've done before. You know, Nick's coming out here with 390. He should have done 390 in the gym
Let's go
before.
with this.
Slipped a little bit there. Needs to keep that back nice and tight. That's better. And balanced position. He's going to have to dip, use his leg power. Balance, and he gets it down. A couple of little stumbles. The referee was making him work for that balance. That's something that the referees are going to be strict on. Good lift there.
Nick Guardione at 390 pounds. And what happens here where he slips on the cleat?
He just slips a little bit on his shirt. So he wasn't quite tight enough with his back. The bar, the lock kind of just slipped underneath his belt. He readjusted, got it over the belt, kept it tight in the upper back, and then the clean was no problem. Up in the little steps, but the press was comfortable.
Didn't seem to panic.
No, on iota. We are moving up to 400 pounds now. So 181 kilos.
And Maxime Boudreau will be the first athlete to attempt. One of 2 individuals that will have competed at every Shaw Classic. Gotta get that shirt shoved up once the line comes up to your shoulders. 13 years of strongman experience. His best finish at the Shaw Classic was 5th in 2022. He's battled injuries a ton over the last 4 years. He's here to fight.
The last couple of years he has picked up injuries. That's part of strongman, unfortunately. But he's here, he's a good lock presser. And he opens with 400 pounds, no problem there for the Canadian.
So guys, check out my business page at Soft Lifestyles Kenya for all your travel bookings to the coast, to the Kenyan coast. Thank you so much. Nailton. Thank you, Leon. Thank you.
180, just shy of 186 kilos.
Sure, as you're doing your makeup,
What numbers was Terry saying that Lucas and Trey are going to
452 and a half. You can make 2.5 pound jumps beyond
blend it
440.
towards your chin
So
first.
Tom Stolpen opens up here at 410. And Tom Stolpen is one of those guys that had those questions swirling around potential record talk. He poo-pooed it a little bit because the world record is 509.
Yeah, I don't think Tom's going to be challenging any world records today, but Tom is very underrated when it comes to the log. I've seen him do 210 kilos in competition before, so this 185 should not be a problem. And look how easy that was for the big man.
410 pounds for Tom Stolpen.
That looks strong. Tom's pressing has just got better and better over the years. Look how easy this was. Very, very good clean. Loads of power. That was superb technically. The
Go back in with your
great opening lift
contour brush.
from the albatross.
Plus, there are some guys where you can see the leg force drive and transfer up their body. For Stolpen, it just looked like he pressed out.
If you look closely, he used a lot of leg drive, but it's just the efficiency.
He just makes it look so simple.
Exactly that. The technique was so good that it made it look effortless.
All right, here's the T-Rex. Evan Singleton, he competes angry, but he says, listen, I've done a lot of work on the way I approach this sport over the last couple of years. He's in his best mindset. You have high expectations.
I do indeed. He's really, really kind of learning.
And remove the excess powder.
He's experienced now. He's competed at every type of major competition there is. He's won plenty of international shows before. He comes in with aggression, but he's learning to channel it and control it. How does he do with this 190 kilo, 420-pound log?
He locks it out overhead, 450. He has done before. He opens up darn close to that.
He's not even giving anyone a chance to say no to that. He's done. He throws it down, stomping back. Good, powerful clean. It's not quite as balanced as Tom was, but composes
Going
good
with this
press,
powder.
watches the referee down, and I'm straight out of here.
It's from LA Gal. I don't know the shade.
We're going to stay at 420
shades of this
for our
powder.
next lift, and that is from Thomas
Caramel.
Evans,
Yung caramel.
31-year-old from Newark, Delaware, in the United States.
Just to remove these hash lines. Can you see the
So
hash
many great
lines?
American locklifters right now.
Why?
I think when you see an athlete take something to a certain level, it breeds that confidence. Okay, if that guy does it, we can do it too. And we're seeing that. You know, we've got so many great Americans competing this weekend.
The most Americans ever that have been in this
I
field.
longer see the hash lines.
Oh, it just came away from him as he pressed the lock way forwards. He's not got it. What's happening is as he presses, that lock is drifting forwards. He's losing that power. He needs to focus on pushing upward back, get his head under the lock.
And it's interesting because he had 40 seconds, but Evans went right back to it. It does.
There are no hash lines now to make up.
That's not the kind of lift he wanted, but the most important thing, he did get it in the end. Gets a good lift.
Laz, are you surprised he went right back to it? When you had another 45 seconds, he could have
I
really
think he's panicked. I think that's what it was there. You watch this here. It flew off the chest, but it comes away from him, and then he loses the balance. And then he's thinking, okay, I just need to get this done. Again, another huge man. Maybe just tightness around the shoulders. This one lock might be slightly narrower than the metal one that he's been training on. As you can see there, again, flying off the chest, couldn't quite fix his head through as easily as he wanted. Sometimes when they're training, the guys will lean back and press like a bench press. But one thing that Brian and the referees were talking about in the rules meeting is that you must get your head through. Sometimes with these bigger guys, very big chests, huge front delts,
Everything
they're
is
not
in
as flexible as
place.
some of the leaner guys. It just restricts them. Now here we have Bobby Thompson coming
Well,
on
just
for
right before we do that,
25 pounds.
you can highlight.
He is the American record holder, a record that many competitors Could fall this weekend. 478.5 pounds,
We are going to
217.5
use
kilos.
this highlighter from my
Opening at
palette.
425, easy clean, and head is through at 425 for Bobby Thompson.
Highlights the more.
92.5 kilos, 425 pounds. Bobby gets the first lift ticked off. He's not looking in record shape, I don't think, but he knows how important points are. He's here to focus on the whole show, not the record.
And again, just an easy clean.
Yeah, he made the clean look so easy. A little unstable, but it was pretty simple, to be fair.
As you wish.
Just watching that log as he dipped. That log just jumps off his chest ever so slightly. And he lost some of that leg drive, but he's so strong in the shoulders and triceps that it really didn't matter.
He's going to make a 15-pound jump because you could see as he went into the back, he was signaling 440. So you have a minute after your completed attempt to declare your next one.
And Austin Andrade, absolute beast of a man, over 400 pounds, loves the power events, 430 pounds.
Dark Horse as a potential winner.
195 kilos. He needs this. That flew away from him. And this doesn't look good. This looks heavy on his chest. He's not getting enough leg drive to pop that log off his chest. He's maybe coming a little bit too heavy in terms of his opening number. The crowd is triggered. Watching there, I didn't see enough power out of the legs to really drive that log up high enough for the shoulders and triceps to press out.
And Laz, it's what you talked about with Thomas Evans. It's that press out instead of that press up.
Absolutely. And again, another huge barrel-chested man, huge shoulders. That's a good clean. Now use those legs. That's better. There we go. So much better that time. We use the leg drive. You can see how much higher the log comes off his chest. Then the triceps will kick in. He did very well to compose himself and get that on the second attempt.
60 seconds can go by very quickly. Kudos to Andrade for saying, you know what? Let me take a step back and wait.
He did very well there because panic can kick in. You don't often see guys come back and get that second attempt as well. But he managed to correct, woke up that leg drive. Because look, this first one, he doesn't really use the legs as explosively as he should. And then he lost the balance. This second attempt here, watch this. Very small amount of leg drive. Tried to use that upper body. I think stumbling could have put him off a little bit. But he did very well to step back and compose himself. And here we go with a good lift. Much better on the leg drive. Got it high enough to use those big triceps. Much more stable. Got his line, bar path right. And does get the good opening lift.
Done. Now
Plus,
we
why
can.
clean it twice if you don't have to? Why deadlift it twice if you don't have to? But if you miss the initial press, are you better off just putting it down, refreshing, and getting set again?
Yeah, normally you are. Just take that moment. You've got 60 seconds. Use that time and come back and get that technique nailed on. Now, this guy's incredible. Lost 445 pounds, over 2 million kilos
Into this
for the junior world record holder.
So for today we'll be doing what kind of knee?
Look how heavily strapped that knee is.
I think we should do a red or should we do a natural?
I'm not sure what's up with the knee. You can see the
Bye,
shrinkage
see you.
around that left leg.
Let's do a
Maybe a bit when it's
new
popped
leg.
again off the floor. He's got 30 seconds left. He's had to lift this log back on himself. The energy is drained. This could be
I love this
I've seen this
video.
guy doing 215 kilos for a double in the gym. He has the power. But look at this, it's too much for him. And unfortunately, our junior world record holder is not going to get his opener.
Now, here's the problem. 445 is the opener there for Andre Poitou. You cannot go down in weight.
Can't go down.
So far so good.
So look at this first attempt.
Should we use
Like I said, I've seen this guy lift huge weights before. The clean was pretty good. That first dip with the legs he wasn't happy with. Tried to compose himself. You can see as soon as he dips, he's shaking. There must be some issue. I mean, you can see the knees wrapped. I don't want to make excuses for him. But sometimes you've got to think, okay, maybe go with a slightly safer opener. Get the points on the board. Work up to these big weights. This for me looks like it should have been a second attempt for him. Get the confidence. Get used to that equipment. Maybe, maybe the warm-ups felt really easy. I don't know. I didn't see backstage. But panic will kick in now. Because this is an event he would be expecting top points on.
Two other guys expecting top points, opening at 452.5 pounds. The big thicket, Trey Mitchell, 2 times has won this competition.
Trey Mitchell has so much. Look at the size of those shoulders on this man, the triceps, the traps. He is just an absolute tank of a man. And he loves any event when it just comes to brute power. Not technically the best lifter in the world, but without question, I think this is the strongest man on the planet. If we are talking just pure strength in terms of basic gym movements, right now, he has an argument to be called that man.
It is methodical, it is smooth, and 452 pounds. Wow! Overhead for Trey Mitchell.
Let's see that again. I want to remind you the biggest weight we've ever seen lifted at the Shore Classic is 206 kilos. He just lifted 205 for his opener and made it look like a warm-up. So, just rose it up to his lap, doesn't even stand up. The clean up to the shoulders, then look at the oh my goodness. The tricep strength. That is ridiculous. He is here to break some records. Trey Mitchell putting everyone on notice. Making 452 pounds look like a twig.
Well, there's somebody else that can make it look like a twig. Lucas, the locomotive Hatton, 452.5 pounds. A lot of people expect him to win this event, to win this entire competition, and to potentially set a new American record.
Look at the legs of this man. Again, the shoulders and triceps. He has all the attributes to make this look easy, as Trey Mitchell did. Deadlift.
A younger man in the field.
The clean is more efficient than Trey's. Now, how's the press? Again, super easy. Trey and Lucas are firing shots at each other.
He just said it's going up, it's going way up.
I think we could be in for an epic long battle. Look at this. Every aspect of this rep was perfect. Unbelievably easy clean. Look at the size of those legs. Good leg drive. Great stability. He didn't even move an inch. My goodness. The smile on his face. Here is that was just too easy.
Now, there is some showmanship and some gamesmanship, and it's going up, it's going way up by Lucas Hatton. But, Laz, if you feel really good on that, and you know what Trey Mitchell just did, what do you do now in terms of the jumps? Do you maybe change some of your strategy thinking, you know what, I felt really good on that first?
I think the advantage Lucas has is he gets to go after, so he will have seen what Trey has put. So he has the option to go slightly heavier. And that's what he should be doing in this situation. On the second lift, he wants to be ahead of Trey, because then Trey will be chasing when it comes to the third round.
Current log lift records in America, 478.5 pounds, that is 217.5 kilos. It was set by Bobby Thompson back in Hilton Head, April of 2021. That is the number that I think people think is most likely to fall. The junior world record we thought was in danger. Andre Foitu with 462.97 pounds, 210 kilos. However, Foitu missed at 445, which means he's going to try 445 again in round 2. So that junior world record might be tough to get to in the third shot.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough to see that junior record today. However, he may be able to compose himself and come out and make it look easy. You never know. But from what I saw in that first round, I think the record that we really are all looking at is that American record. Bobby Thompson's record, 217.5 kilos, 478 pounds. And I don't think it's Bobby that's going to be challenging him. I think it's Trey Mitchell and Lucas Hatton.
That 509-pound world record is just so far away. Let's take a look at our biggest lift from that opening round. And it was 452.5 pounds, started with big thicket Trey Mitchell.
Look at this. If I'm going to criticize anything, I would say Trey's clean was harder than Lucas here. But Trey's press
Instead of like, if you don't have the money to buy the matte sticks, you can do these pencils. They are really good.
That's just crazy power.
And they even give almost the same results.
This is simple.
It doesn't dry up, so it's easy to blend.
He is looking very, very confident.
We're going to start at 400 in round 2. And that's with Shane Flowers. You know, we like to talk about all the records. Lucas Hatton in particular, though, was probably the biggest at downplaying the records during the week. Basically saying, look, a record would be nice, but I really
like using a bit of blush.
I gotta be smart for 8 events. Do what I need to do to win the event, and if it's a record, it's a record.
So true. This is such an important thing to focus on. You're talking
So
about
I use the shade that we
and you get the
used
same amount of
for
points
some.
for every single event.
You
You don't get
give
bonus
me the
points for
text
records, unfortunately.
It's a good idea.
Oh, it's a great idea. But the reality is you'll get as many points for this event as you will for the framing, the arm over arm, and for the cake toss. So you have to focus. It's not necessarily about being the strongest, it's about having the most points at the end of the day with number 2. Who will be crowned our champion. Here comes Shane Flowers for 181 kilos, 400 pounds for the Englishman.
He opened up at the lightest weight, 380, pretty easy clean at 400.
Push that away from him. Go on, Shane. Let's compose yourself.
Shane just needs
I'm
to
sure
get
you
good
blend
shape
it
heading into
out.
event 2, because he can rack up
Then I'll
8
go back
points there.
Event 2 and event 3 are going to be really good.
because of
Shane
down here.
He's a very good stone lifter as well. This is his biggest weakness on day 1. He recently tore his chest. He tore some muscle fibers in the pec. He's done well to rehab that as quickly as he is, but you don't want to have any issues with those pressing muscles when you are doing a log lift for max.
That was 4 weeks ago. It's incredible.
I can either leave it at that or I can go over it with my gloves. Because even about it's okay, it's still good.
181 kilos goes up.
Should I leave it that way?
Thought he was going to have to go through surgery, but exponentially got better. 400 pounds was overhead about a week after that pec tear, and then in competition with the roar of the crowd, does it again.
He's talking to Shane backstage, and because we have the chest press tomorrow, he's potentially going to miss that one out. He needs to pick up as many points as he can today.
Should I leave the lips this way or should I do a glossy lip?
Lester Winsky will come up second.
Let me go seek opinion.
Going by weight, our round orders are different. 1, 2, 3, based on what you hit in the first round and called
I
in the
wish.
second. So Derwinski,
Unless I go for a date. By the way, I should go for a date.
in the first round, we'll go
You're
second.
giving me
Blake
ideas.
Williams is going to take a jump up.
Yeah, Eddie looked good in the
One more thing, we didn't finish up the lower lash, so we'll go in with the mascara.
lift number 2.
Told us he was looking for 440.
I think if he's looking for 440, be going heavier than that than 400 on his second attempt.
Unless he just liked that first one, and the second one is tough too.
I don't know if it's the altitude, but you do see guys sometimes struggling with the lock here. And I noticed that when they're in that clean position, you've got that much weight crushing down on the chest. Maybe that has an impact. It certainly didn't impact our 2 leaders. But it's something to think about. And even then, you saw Wes with 400 looking a little bit dizzy.
Second and 2 efforts in this 60-second window for Lester Winsky. Long time under tension, and he misses. And hopefully his shoulder, just a niggle for him here.
Most importantly, he got the opener up.
We are
Doesn't want to destroy his hopes on event number 1 and risk the injury. You can see the dizziness on his first attempt. And really nowhere near high enough. And his tip stumbled back. And really after that first attempt, I couldn't see it going on the second attempt. And he did a good effort, a little bit more leg drive into it. Maybe an inch higher, but it was never going up today.
Tris Kirsten Hoth will go next at 400 pounds. Laz, you get to a point where the log is on your front rack for so long, you just gotta go with something.
Yeah, I mean, imagine having Brian Shaw just resting on your chest. It's going to take...
Let me make my hair now.
The energy is going to zap pretty
I'll be
quickly.
back. I think I should end this live.
Law enforcement officer in
No.
Canada.
That's the result.
Easy clean at 400.
I